Welcome in to another episode of our Sistas Keeper, the unofficial Tyler Perry Sistas live after show. I'm your good sis, you let us talk TV with, accompanied by.
Your girl Allie Mick, giving it to you when I give it to you, but always in the nick of time.
And we're back. Sorry we missed last week's episode. There's a lot going on in real life. But this feels like more of a perfect place to jump into this season than last week's episode ever could. Before we get started, I want to take a moment to honor the severity, the authenticity, and the pain that is in the theme that is discussed in tonight's episode. Black mother, black maternity suffers oftentimes in the U.S. healthcare systems. Black mothers are disrespected. Black mothers are sorry, are dismissed. Their pain goes unheard. Their concerns go unfelt. Lucky for Karen, there are people advocating for her, but oftentimes there are black mothers who have no one to advocate for them. And it is with this understanding and context that we have this conversation, regardless of how passionate we may be about the things that happen on a TV screen. Allie and I are very aware that this happens in real life, and we want to regard the conversation around the topic as such, respecting black mothers in real life. Please keep that in mind with your comments. Please keep that in mind as you join the conversation. And please don't make me cuss you out. Okay.
Ditto. Ditto.
So,
I
Allie and I don't talk, y'all. We don't talk before we come on here, usually ever, other
mhm.
than me trying to do a quick mic check. How you doing, friend? How was your day? Real quick, boom, boom, boom. But when we initially got into the Discord, I just said Tyler needs to do jail time. And not because I really want this man incarcerated, but somebody must pay. And Allie, that provoked in you, because I felt like I said, hold it, because I think that this need to be on the show. What were you about to say, friend?
Yeah. I was about to say that from this moment on, no one needs to ever question the reason and purpose that the character of Karen is on this show. No one needs to ever question the reason and the purpose that we say Karen is the show, because who else was going to be responsible for carrying such a heavy emotional load? And also, from this moment on, I know everybody, well, not everybody, but majority of us saw Ebony Obsidian act in the Tyler Perry movie, what is it called? Six
Six
Triple
triple
Eight
eight.
on Netflix, and she did an amazing job. Ebony acted her complete and total capitalized and in bold ass off tonight.
100%.
It was a For me, it was definitely a triggering episode. It was probably the most emotional I have ever been watching Sisters since its creation. But the way that Ebony acted in this episode, it was chef's kiss. It was, I don't even know if I really have the words to convey it, but everything that she was experiencing, every choice that she made was the perfect choice. So yeah, don't ever question Ebony Obsidian's acting. Don't ever question Karen's purpose and reason on this show, because what this woman has been given the responsibility to convey, I don't believe anyone else would have been able to do it in the fashion in which she did.
At
But as
all.
I told Erica after I said all of that, I said someone needs to pay. Someone needs to be brought to the
Somebody.
carpet, because I do understand what is being conveyed to us and the disparity when it comes to treatment of black women. It just seemed like it was just so much. It was a lot, and I'm sure we'll get to that as we go through the episode. It was just, this was a lot.
But this is where I'm
Yeah.
also like struggling, Ellie, because yes, kudos to Ebony, act down. But we already knew that. Some people are going to be arriving to that conclusion tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm struggling in coming into conversation about this episode is that multiple things can be true at once. Ebony, phenomenal performance. I would kind of argue that Deval, right behind her, has so many brilliant moments that has repositioned him for me because I'm in a season of I'm not really feeling him too much right now. So performance wise, great. Topic wise, yes. But then the overall execution of the actual episode, I still struggle with. Too much of this felt caricaturist to me. Too much of like what's happening feels so damn extreme that it makes it kind of unbelievable. So then we start to have a conversation of, oh, well, this is just television. When I feel like these are the moments, yes, there's comedy throughout Sistas, but these are the moments that you actually want to ground in something so real so that you know that what I'm talking about matters and is serious. And then also for mothers who might be experiencing this, they're not looking for the wildly racist ass white man. They're looking for the subtle microaggressions. They're looking for the subtle dismissal. They're looking for the things that are less outright, because that is, in more times than not, that's the form that it comes in. So now I'm infuriated because I'm watching this. I'm seeing these beautiful ass performances being brought to tears because I feel like Ebony's on my screen losing a baby. I know she's not, but it looks like it. So absolutely. But then every so often throughout it, I'm being pulled out by some wild ass, reckless, poorly written, poorly shot ridiculousness tied to it. That damn nurse. And then are we supposed to be like, we're going to go through the episode probably from beginning to end will probably be the easiest thing. But just off the top of my head, Daniela King, the same one who just jumped out of her goddamn car in traffic to run down on a stranger, is not going to jump across this counter on this nurse that has now tried it 7 times in her face. Like, the choices for me, storytelling wise, they're not working. And you have the material, you have the talent. So Tyler, step to the carpet, nigga. I don't know if you felt that way, Allie, or if the performances were so engaging that you didn't get pulled out because they were so good.
I wouldn't say that well, to me the performances were great, and I know for me I'm trying to take a certain route with Sisters because I have stated I have already clocked out of this show. Um, but I do have somewhat of an interest when it comes to the Karen character and what happens with her. And you do get jolted when you have this, and understand what you're saying, how it's just so grand, the disrespect, it's so grand, the racism, it's so grand, the dismissiveness, where it's like, I'm gonna come through my TV and choke you. What I think would have been a better choice would have been, as you stated earlier, just the slightness of it all. I think with Tyler, and I know he didn't write this episode, it was a writer by I believe by the name of Courtney. And to me, they just kind of pick up where Tyler hand off the baton. And it's almost as like, you don't have to be so grand all the time. Tell the story, yes. Make us feel, yes. However, that could be someone's experience. So I'm not going to say that someone hasn't experienced these specific things. However, I just think when it comes to the storytelling aspect of it, it just needed to be scaled back a little bit when it came to the nurse, when it came to the doctor. He was just so in your face racist, so in your face, I don't give a damn what happened to this black woman in this bed and her 2 babies. I couldn't care less
Without letting
about
the other
her life
characters
or
respond
theirs.
in kind. I think that's the biggest thing for
Yeah.
me. Because if you're going to have this overtly racist white person do this in this way, and it's not microaggressions, it's not passive aggressiveness, then why is no other character responding in kind? And we have a character that totes guns and duffel bags. We got a character who has not had his first child ever. We got a mama bear. We got all of these characters in the mix. We got a felon. All these characters in the mix, and nobody has a different response to the overtly racist ass white man. And don't get me wrong, like
Yeah.
you're 100% right, and like this is somebody's experience. And off the hook 200, I'm very sorry for your loss, babes, and thank you so much for sharing that in the comment section. I understand
Yes.
that this is somebody's experience. This can be thousands of women's experiences, but you do harm in showing it this way, I think, to the women whose stuff is not as overtly racist than you would to the women who do experience it. Imagine if you actually handled this particular episode with more care, with more specificity, imbuing in it the microaggressions and the subtleties that you want black people, black women to look at and not brush off, not gaslight themselves about. If you do that and you show that that's what it is, then the overtly ones will immediately not stand. Because we're in a space right now of showing like this is what it looks like. But I fear now people are going to look and like, well, if it's not that, then technically, no, technically there's two of them can be damn true. And I just felt like, yes, we got beautiful performances, amazing performances, but how much more engaging, intriguing would the episode be if everything was clicking on all cylinders, if the dialogue was where it needed to be, if the authenticity to what is happening on screen was what it needed to be, if the other characters who are now thrust into this problem of they could lose their friend, they could lose the ex-love of their life, they can lose the current love of their life, I could lose my daughter. Why aren't we seeing the characters who are now being thrown into this moment respond in kind in line with who they are as characters? Everybody is woe is me. Everybody, like, nobody acted differently. So then you're not even doing the other characters in the series a disservice. I mean, you're not even doing the characters in the series a service by allowing them to truly be them. So you pigeonhole the story by making sure this is a caricature of a damn miscarriage or stillborn, and then you hold back all the other characters because you don't have anybody respond how they truly would. I think the closest one to how they typically would respond would probably be Andy. She was the
Mm-hmm.
truest in character, I fear. Aaron was the
Yeah.
truest when he had to comfort Karen, but once he got outside them damn doors, I wasn't seeing Aaron move like how I felt like Aaron would go to war about his only child.
Yeah. Or they would throw like little spurts because I think that I can't remember exactly what the doctor said, but he was like, "What the?" But Aaron's response was, "What the?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I do get what you're saying about we've and I'm calm down, y'all, because I'm about to say something. I do appreciate that Fatima is the character that was used to be there for Karen and to advocate for her. In some instances, we have seen Fatima do much more for much less. We have seen her get with Gary for much less. And I'm not saying that it was solely her responsibility, but I'm making a point to Erica's point as far as how we are used to seeing certain characters move and how we saw them move within this episode, seeing that their sister, their daughter, ex lover, current, person you're in a relationship with, to be treated in the manner she was being treated in, and everybody kind of didn't respond the way that we would expect them to respond. And on the other hand, too, I do understand that sometimes when you're in those situations, you don't respond how you think you would. However, it's the storytelling. So they, whoever has the pen, you're controlling how these characters respond in these certain moments. And I do believe they could have done a better job with that. And I just think about my own experience. Well, I have a personal experience, but I also have a friend who was pregnant with twins. We were like 5 hours away from her, but when we knew that she was going into labor, her children came, I think, like 3.5, 4 months early. One of her twins was born with his pretty much all of his organs outside of his body. We didn't
Mm.
even think he was gonna make it. But the way me and my friends acted, and now we're young, we're like 21, 22, 23. Baby, we showed our natural ass
Mm-hmm.
in that hospital. Because what you mean? Both of these babies gonna be coming out the hot. Like, we showed our behinds, but it was just one. It was the fear of losing a friend,
Yep.
and the fear of our friend losing her kids, and just it. You were not thinking about yourself. All we were concerned about were the 3 lives and them coming out of this hospital alive. And I don't know, like, and I was jolted too. And I don't know if anybody in the chat or Erica with you. One of the things that jolted me immediately that made me go, "What?" was Danny.
Mm.
No, I'm not leaving. I'm gonna stay. I said, Danny of all people, the one who act like you can't stand Karen, the one who had no interest when she called y'all over to tell y'all that she was pregnant with twins. This is the person who's by her side. I immediately was like, this is bullshit because I didn't believe it.
It's those
I understand the
moments that just
severity, but
invalidate what is going on. Like, y'all can't be serious. You cannot be serious on today. And I'm not knocking saying that Danny don't care about Karen. I do believe that
mhm,
she does. But the I'm not
yes,
leaving while her mama and her man is right here. Well, you getting the hell up out of here. I don't give a fuck. Where you going? You're going though. Can my sister stay? Is Andy behind her? Cause who are you talking about?
I needed that laugh. But yes, yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
is those moments that kind of take you out of it. So you there with her, and it's like, oh God, what's gonna happen? And then some like that happens, and then you immediately, Tyler, Tyler ain't even write it. And I'm like, Tyler, please, please.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you got all this big bad talk. You ain't jump across the desk yet. Not one. And I hear y'all. Yes, they at the hospital. Yes, they trying to worry about her being the patient. But also extenuating circumstances is flight, fight, or fawn. Everybody can't fawn. And it's not typical that everybody in the group, when you're presented with a threat, fawns. So you typically would see somebody, even if it's extra characterly, extraordinary in your character, or like an exasperation. That's what I want to say. An exasperation of what you would typically do. It would even be that less than everybody going to 10% of who they are. And I've only been present. I've been present for one friend's birth, girlfriend's birth. That's. And I think about it to this day, Allie. I was in the room, coochie wide open. I was in the room with my best friend at the time. Rest in peace to him. Um, of his girlfriend, and the baby was being delivered, and he can't look, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, he's just standing there, and I gotta tell him what's happening because he refuses to look. The weirdest ever. But even in that, I'm asking the questions. Is that normal? Is this we didn't even, not even that everybody got to start getting slapped because they racist up in here, but I think that Aaron would have been asking more questions. There would have been a conversation about who's going to make the decisions. Karen is in no position to make the decision. So once we get to the point where Karen needs to decide who the doctor is going to be, the power of attorney and or power directive for her should have already been passed off to Aaron because he had been there. But when Andy gets here, my attorney is here. So Andy, you don't need her to say yes. I said yes for her. And what you going to do about it? I need y'all to leave so that you can check her. You need everybody else to leave. My attorney's going to stay.
Yeah. And then
He
I
can't
was
make him
wondering too,
leave.
and that was exactly, and that was another to me another missed opportunity. Any other time Andy would pull out the lawyer card, I don't remember her ever stating that she
Mm-hmm.
was a lawyer or Karen's representation in this episode. Unless I missed it,
She
I
didn't.
don't remember her saying that. And in my mind, I'm thinking that when he was like, "Well, we need a verbal from Karen." You see the position that she's in. I'm her lawyer. I'm her representation. Yes, this is what it's going to be. This is her mom. So on and so forth. But it also brings up the importance. I pray those of us who take care of ourselves. You go to the doctor. You have your paperwork. Make sure you have the person. You have your power of attorney who is going to be making decisions for you. You are never too young to have this stuff in order. You know what I'm saying? So when you get in positions like this, man, when Karen was talking to Andy and Sabrina, that took me to a whole nother place. But just make sure you have your stuff in order. If nothing else, like really use these or this storyline, this episode to make sure that if you're ever in a position or someone has to act on your behalf, you have the proper paperwork done so that they can. Um, because it's just a lot, when
Yeah.
sometimes people don't feel like I have to have this stuff, prepared. You do because it's life. Life be life in, and we just never know. So just always make sure, as us, whoever, come across this video, those who are watching, just make sure you have your stuff in order.
Yep. All right. So I wanted to go ahead and make that clear because we can get into what is discussed, no matter how great or poorly it's executed, the performances, and like the nitty gritty of it. Oh, actually, before we go into this, because also the poor execution to me started with the goddamn traffic. I'm going to take a second to talk about this traffic. So you got Zach and Andy in traffic for an hour, and they ain't said none of this stuff before this hour. He ain't start. Okay, cool. You have Sabrina on a call that is being Bluetooth to her phone in her car, on a call with Maurice, and Rich is calling, and Maurice says, "Pick up so I can hear what he got to say." How is he going to pick up? How is she going to pick up if she's on the phone with you? She got two phones now? Are we supposed to know that Sabrina has two phones?
You know what's so bad? I didn't even hear that part. I didn't even hear that part.
Right behind her is an ignorant ass Danny screaming drive. Nobody is moving. So why in the hell would the person directly in front of you just magically start moving? And you so big and bad you get out the car? I'm like, okay, you had to recognize that it was Sabrina, but you come and you act like you did not know it was Sabrina, so you don't know Sabrina's car now? The whole start of the episode. Tyler, please. Okay, now I'm done when it comes to the whole execution of it all.
Yeah.
Cause my God.
It's so bad, like, and I know I said I'm doing things differently with this season of Sistas because y'all, I'm barely holding on. I said every season I am barely holding on. Even in the opening, we hear Andy say, "I can't believe we've been sitting here for over an hour."
What are you, a narrator?
Three,
I said it ain't reading
baby,
to us.
three breaths after Andy said that, Zach says, "We've been sitting here for hours." I said, "Well, baby, which one is it?" Because y'all already pissing me off with these two lines that y'all just said. Andy said, "We've been here a little over an hour." Excuse me. Zach says, we've been sitting here for hours." Well, which one?
I'm weary. But
An
then
hour?
also, why are you, Tyler, you're never good with tracking time, baby. Because you also said that Sabrina and Rich broke up yesterday. But don't she have the same clothes on that he confronted her with about Calvin from today? And he slept with her the same. Cool. Whatever. You now trying to infuse this time tracking because you're terrible with time in the dialogue. It's clearly not working, babes. It's not working.
No. And Courtney, I forgot the last name. I know you wrote this episode, but it's the mere fact how y'all do the same thing that Tyler does, which it blows my mind. Like, is there a seminar that the writers have to take in order to write for this show? Because how is it
And
Tyler's
I would
bad with
fail
time
it.
framing,
I would fail it with
y'all
flying
bad with
colors
time,
here.
girl? Because what I'm trying to understand how this even happens. Like, how? I said, you know what? This is how we're starting this episode. Okay, next.
Literally.
Why?
Literally.
Why?
Which also kind of like pisses me off more for us to get the episode that we were given. The first few minutes don't actually set you up for that. So now I feel bamboozled to a certain degree.
Yeah. And I think it should have, for me personally, I think it should have started off when you have Andy and Zach in the car, and he asked Andy, like, "Do you think Karen and the twins are okay?" Because based on Fatima's message, I'm, I'm thinking, if I'm gonna tell y'all, and I've shared this story before. I don't think I've shared this part in detail. I I shared that my mom was shot, and she was able to drive herself back to my grandmother's house. So when I came outside, she was leaning over the steering wheel.
Mm.
So I didn't know if she was alive. I didn't know if she was dead. I just know she wasn't moving. That's all I knew. So as I'm calling it, like calling my family to let them know, I am in complete hysteria. Not saying that Zach needed to be in complete hysteria because he didn't know, all the details, but he knew enough that Fatima was like, y'all need to get to the hospital ASAP. You don't say that just because somebody is in labor. You would say that when something is wrong. I may not know everything that's wrong, but something isn't wrong. And for me, I'm looking at Zach, and as you stated, he gave Deval gave a brilliant performance in the hospital. But to start off the episode like it was, we were going to get such an emotionally heavy episode. I just felt like it should
Mm-hmm.
have started at that point. Like, give us something to go into. I didn't need the manufactured humor that wasn't humorous with
Mm-hmm.
Danny and Sabrina. I didn't need that. I didn't even need to hear Maurice on the phone in this moment. My thing is, if I'm alerted that my friends or something is going on with my friend, nobody prayed.
Mm.
God, I don't know what's going on, but I just need for my sister to be
Yeah.
okay. I need her to be, I need her to be okay. And me and my mom was having this conversation earlier today, and it's like I just feel what gets me with Sisters and the writing, they can make whatever decision they want to make as it pertains to the characters, but they have horrible follow through.
Yeah.
Horrible follow through. If you make a decision or something happens to you, and I talked about how I was triggered in this episode because I had my own personal experience where was pregnant but never brought forth the child.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, I just remember I had a nurse who was so incredibly sweet and kind to me. It was a white lady, and I just remember thanking her so much because you have so many things that go through your mind psychologically. Where is it something that you could have done to prevent this? Is there something that could you have made better decision? Whatever the case may be, you have all of these things going through your mind, and I just wish that we could have seen these characters like really contemplate the possibility of what could happen
Mm-hmm.
to their friend, to the friend's children, based on the missed calls and the messages that they obtained from
A
Fatima.
hundred
I just wish it was more to
percent.
that.
100%. This is the opportunity. This is the moment when people start to run into the crossroads of like life and death, whether it's for themselves or for people that they love. This is when you start recounting every best moment. This is times that you start recalling all the moments that you didn't treat that person the best and you wish that you can go back and do something differently. This is the moment where you start bargaining with God and you start offering up things so that you have another opportunity to do better next time or tomorrow. And we got none of that. We got a stale ass traffic jam. Quote unquote, supposedly phones is down, but I ain't hear not one bar drop or random ass click out in this conversation with Maurice. It's inconsistent and poorly executed. That is such a great point, Allie.
Yeah, like I just needed to see that. I just needed to the humanistic part of
Mm-hmm.
what's been told to them, like that part was missing. I don't need to go to the hospital for the emotions to kick in. My emotions have already kicked in because there's an unknowing presence that's following me because I don't know what's going on with my friend. I don't know how bad it is, how dire it is, and I'm already emotionally stirred because I don't know exactly what I'm walking into. And I just think they just always miss it. Like they always, for the most part, 98% of the time, the writers miss it.
Yeah. Nobody called Fatima back. Nobody was trying to call Aaron. Nobody was trying to call Miss
Hmm.
Lisa. Nobody was calling the hospital. And not that they needed to get through, but even those attempts would have told us a lot. It would have been things to do to pass the time on screen.
Hmm. Oh, somebody said Sabrina was praying. I don't even remember that, but thank you for
Where?
pointing
When
that
did
out.
Sabrina?
And I could have missed a lot of stuff because I didn't even hear
Last episode or this
the
episode? I feel like it was last episode. She did a oh God
oh,
please.
okay.
She said like a God, but it
Gotcha.
wasn't
Okay.
like the prayer we talking about is the one where you go and you start offering up God things And it's like, he owns all of it any goddamn way. But for whatever reason, you destitute in this moment. You come offering up everything but your actual heart. That's the type of prayer we're talking about. Yeah. This episode was a trigger for a lot of people. So shout out to everyone in the chat. If you are triggered, I'm very sorry for the discomfort that you are feeling. But I'm so glad that you're here to even be able to say it, because this also goes another way for thousands of women who experience what you have gone through and what you have survived. So wonderful to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. We're trying to handle the conversation with care. So if at any given point you feel like we're not doing so, go ahead and let our asses know, because we will adjust. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And thank you for everybody that's sharing, your stories. And this is one of the main reasons I have such a, because I do have certain triggers when it comes to this, when it comes to people and domestic violence and gun violence, just because of what I've experienced. It baffles me how there is no disclaimer with these episodes. I don't think I've seen one yet.
Mm-hmm.
And it pisses me off because I feel like they're handling such a heavy topic in the Black community amongst women, and we knew what was probably certain things that were going to happen, but still give people that disclaimer that whether or not this may be too much for them, they may need to turn maybe this is not the episode for them to watch, or whatever the case may be. But I'm like, y'all don't put any disclaimers before these episodes, especially this one. Like last week was something, but this episode, huh?
Yeah.
The number of people already that's in my inbox that was telling me they've cried. They cried the whole episode. They couldn't get past the first 20 minutes. Like the sensitivity, I understand you got something that you want to say, but please be so mindful. It's one thing when you can write it, you can write these things, but trust and believe that someone has experienced this, someone has lived this, someone has actually lived through the writing that you're putting on paper. Just be mindful. Just be mindful to these people. I don't understand, but we can't do nothing about that part. But I wish they would be more mindful.
Yeah. 100%.
All right.
So let's go there, Allie. Let's go there, because the traumatic thing that we are watching play out on screen in this episode is Karen is either in the process of, since arriving at this hospital, has already previously lost one of her babies and is now suffering complications from having a stillborn and yet to be born child, and is in active delivery. We are watching her waver in the fight that could be for her own life, and then she's confronted with the news after Fatima is the one who has to champion and find another doctor to even get the information about a potential stillborn. Now, I'm going to save the conversation about the stillborn specifically till later on in the episode or towards the end, because, and y'all, people give about less every day. I don't believe it. And if I'm delusional, I'm perfectly fine with that. I am perfectly fine with that. Miracles happen every day, B. I don't want the whole crux of this conversation to become about my belief and or delusions. I will talk about everything leading up to it. And then towards the end, I will explain to you how we get out of this damn mess and how I'm still standing 10 toes down. So if anybody is here just to say I told you so, wait until next week. You ain't got the last laugh yet. The trauma of watching this play out. But specifically, Allie, I want to go to, Karen has been saying from the moment that she walked into the hospital, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. And while we got that in the first episode, it really hit home today. And I too, like, I don't think I let tears fall, but I definitely got worked up every time we were back in the room with Karen, because you could just feel, you could feel the weight, the helplessness, the despair permeating through the screen.
Yeah.
I don't know how any medical professional could operate in such ignorance and disrespect when you have a woman like Karen. The Her body wasn't made for birthing babies. She has a petite frame, and you look like you were what? I don't even know what to say. Like, I just have thoughts, Allie, but I don't even know what to say to like make this a cohesive. Y'all gotta bear with us.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
This is all normal in labor. Labor is hard. That's why it's called labor. I don't need you to mansplain to me what the fucking definition of labor is, you weak bird brain, peck of wood ass.
Yeah. I
Half the stuff I want to say, I can't even say.
I'll jump in. I felt like I was in the room with her.
Mm-hmm.
It was Ebony's portrayal of this experience was so real. It was almost as if I forgot I was watching the show.
Yep.
When as I was watching her, it was so real. And the things that this doctor was saying, that's one of them. It's one of it's I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing. It's like
The
what did you
audacity.
just say?
The
Truly
audacity.
the audacity to say something like, I need you to help my daughter. Well, your daughter's body isn't prepared or isn't,
Made to be birthing babies,
built
let alone two of them by two
to
different men.
birth
What
twins
the
by
fuck
two
does
different men.
two daddies have to do with anything?
Not
I
nothing.
literally throughout this episode, Ellie, there was moments where I thank God. I stopped and I said, I thank you, Lord, for not putting me into circumstances where my ass is going to end up in jail or 6 feet under. Because the way I would need to levitate out my body to whoop this doctor's ass, what the do you mean? Pregnant by two different daddies. Your daughter body is not made to be birthing babies, let alone two by two different men. What does the two different men have to do with anything? You want one? With your weak white ass? Are you kidding me? What the fuck does he has said that. I am counting. That man has brought up the two damn daddies 4 times.
Mhm.
And nobody is laying hands. Nobody is throwing feet.
And said it in front of Zach at one point, and he just stood there, like be careful about what you say. That's all he did. It's the fact that no one request. Hey, I know it's a lot going on, but is it possible that she could see another doctor before we were even introduced to Dr. Vaughn? Where is the advocacy? Like, yeah, we need somebody to come see her. Yes, we need another doctor because this doctor is clearly racist, and we don't want him to take care of her. We need someone else. Who else is here? Well, we have a resident. He'll work, and then he black. Yeah, definitely he'll work. It was. I appreciated the advocacy that Fatima did in the first
Yes.
episode, and even in this episode. For me, it's one of them things when I think about women going into childbirth. To me, every second is dire. I'm not finna sit here and wait for you to play with my friend. I'm not gonna sit here and wait for you to play with my daughter, the woman I'm in a relationship with. We're not gonna do that. Listen, I need someone else, and that's when that assertiveness needs to come into play because we've been riding with sisters for 6 years. We have seen them all become assertive, in my opinion, for less.
Hello.
This woman
You
is
must be
literally
one of
on
the
her dime
daddies.
bed. Yeah, I said, baby. Ooh, that's why prayer is so important. Because, and like you said, I've never really been placed in a situation like that. Um, there was one time that I planned to do something to somebody, and she didn't know how close to death she was. And I was in high school when my mom was
Mm.
shot. when my mom got shot, she was taking her best friend home. He was married. And it wasn't nothing. She was taking him home when it happened. My mom was in the hospital. She couldn't talk. She was, her recovery was very long. His wife came into the hospital and whispered in my mom's ear and told her that she wished she would have died. My mom couldn't say anything. My aunt was in the room, and based on my mom's response, my aunt knew that she needed to get this woman the hell out, because my mom couldn't speak. She couldn't say anything, but by her movement, she knew something. My aunt knew something wasn't right. Now, I went to school with my mom's best friend's son, and he played football, and his wife came to a football game. And this asshole actually, well, Lord, that was a long time ago, but that is how I feel right now as I'm telling the story. She actually asked me, "How your mama doing?" And her daughter was with her. And I looked at this woman. I don't think I ever told my mama this either. And I looked at this woman and I said, "I strongly suggest you and your daughter get the out my face." I didn't say why, and she don't know. I'm sure she think about it. She don't know why I responded that way. But when I tell you I was planning, and the only thing that stopped me, Erica, is because I knew how I felt when I thought my mom was gone, and I didn't want to inflict that on my homeboy Roger and his sister. And I always say, baby, you don't know where people's mind go
at all
when you really going through something.
at all.
And that is another reason why I say that the writers of Sistas always miss the mark. When you're gonna deal with something heavy like this, since we here, partner, deal with it. Deal with the heaviness
Somebody
of it.
out the group gotta click out. Somebody gotta click out.
Somebody. I needed to see that. Like, I understand, as you stated, like, or people may be saying when they were in the hospital. I don't give a damn what location we in.
She's about to
I
die.
don't care.
The moment that I register my friend, my baby mama, the love of my life, my daughter is about to die, all bets are off. I don't even see life past this moment. I'm in this moment fighting for my life and hers. The moment that becomes crystal clear to me, click out. There is no tomorrow if she ain't here. There is no next week if she ain't here. So I'll be damned if little Sammy sausage head ass nurse at the desk who's gonna be all cute. You think I give a damn about a charge? You think I give a damn about a goddamn assault of your little weak ass? What you say? The moment that I believe she's gonna die on that damn table, all bets are off, including polite society and social decorum. Y'all been warned. Y'all got this video, so in the future, don't run up on me in the hospital. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact. We needed to see that, Allie. You're right.
Yeah. It just we just need to. We just I don't want to see another episode of Danny saying what she gonna burn down. Because it's like, and I think one of the reasons why I say I've checked out of Sistas is because we see these repetitive actions and words, and nothing happens. But in this particular case, I'm not saying everybody needed to, jump big bad bowl. But at least one. I've seen Miss Lisa go off on Aaron for less.
Way less.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is your baby. This is your daughter. This is your child. And again, I do respect the fact that everybody, you do respond differently when you're in situations. Like, I understand that. However, with the writing, just one. Mm-hmm. That's all we needed.
It's way too many people involved for it to be no variety in their responses.
Yeah.
Way too many people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But what happened? What happened next? I don't even.
So
I don't even.
we are with the bullshit ass racist doctor who's just saying that everything is all normal. I do want to take a second and give Fatima her flowers. This season,
Mm-hmm.
so far, I'm basking in all that I get in reference to Fatima because I know that this is probably going to be a little bit short lived. So I'm going to enjoy her because I have not enjoyed her since maybe like season 3 or 4 of the show. And I'm really enjoying her right now. My levels of respect for her are rising. My desire to actually see her on screen because she's actually doing something. And yeah, she's still being Captain Save a Hole to a certain degree because that has been our criticism thus far, but it's for a good purpose. And advocacy for another woman is also advocacy for herself. I feel like in watching Fatima, yes, she's going to bat for Karen, and for these babies because she's a part of these babies' lives, but she's also going to bat for herself. She would hate to be in this circumstance. She's doing everything for Karen that she would hope somebody would do for her. And I see it and I love it and I respect it. I would
Yeah.
love for them to go a certain direction when it comes to the Karen and the Fatima character, which they're not going to go. But I love that I'm in the moment right now and I can actually still hope and the door's still open until they make her do some goofy shit.
Yeah.
I
I think
really
it's
respect the
so.
Fatima character.
Yeah, I think it's so important to highlight that because she has not left this woman's side since all this stuff has happened. And I know we didn't discuss anything that happened in episode 1, but it was so I don't know what word I want to use, but it was so beautiful, I guess, to
Mm-hmm.
watch. And it was one particular moment where Karen was asking Fatima to call her mom, and Fatima was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go do it." And Fatima got up to walk away, and I believe Karen grabbed her and was like, "No, like
Don't
don't
leave
leave
me.
me,
Yep.
don't leave me." And I thought about that and this just that moment and for Karen to have to be totally dependent upon Fatima in that moment. And just as you stated too, and as I always go to my go-to phrase, I don't trust these writers because I would love to see Karen and Fatima's relationship blossom from this moment,
Exactly.
but the show has depended too much on Karen and Fatima being at odds.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, and they may not even go in that direction, but I don't trust them. And because I don't trust them, I feel that somehow something gonna get flipped and reversed, and we're gonna be back on the BS, which I'm not looking forward to it. But
At
as you stated,
all.
since we're here, I'm going to enjoy this moment with Fatima and Karen. And even when I thought about what you stated, that if Fatima was in this situation, excuse me, she would want someone to advocate for her. And even when she was expressing certain things to the doctor, it was almost like, yes, this is about Karen, but it's about me too, like a first time mom, because Fatima has not experienced labor. We know that she had an abortion and we know that she had a miscarriage, but she has never been this far into the pregnancy journey. And it's like, yeah, I'm pregnant with my first child, prayerfully, go to term and deliver a healthy baby. I need to know what I need to be on the lookout for if something was like this was to happen to me. And I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I really do.
And I want to take a second to go back to episode 1 here because we did not do a live. If you're just coming in, we did not do a live for episode 1. Life was actually lifing, so we didn't get a chance to do it. But that episode, I was just like, this is the Fatima that you told us we was going to get. This is her. And yes, it makes it a little bit easier to take because she's going to bat for Karen, but also just poise and like even within the anxiety and the rush of everything that's going on, like you see that she got a little bit of grit to her, a little bit of rough around the edges, but for the most part she's very pulled together. She is the person that you go to in a crisis. She's not immediately defaulting, I'm gonna call my aunt, I'm gonna grab my duffel bag. Like no, like this is the woman that we want to see moving forward with
Yeah.
whatever fire that pops up. This is the woman that is likable. This is the woman that's relatable. This is the woman who is not just getting a pass. And it's so interesting, and I say getting a pass because people love to take what I say and misconstrue it or purposely
Mm-hmm.
misunderstand what I'm saying. I feel like the Fatima and Zach characters have been getting passes left and right in the Sistas universe in how they don't ever really have to suffer a ton of consequences tied to the that Zach do, right? And Fatima, every now and again, for what she does, she doesn't do as much as Zach, but when she does, she kind of gets let off the hook. She also tends to get everything that she wants, except for when it comes to Zach. She don't get Zach acting right 100%. She don't get Zach actually growing and being a grown-ass man. She don't get certain things when it comes to Zach's door. But with everybody else, with all of the sisters, everybody conspires to her needs. They conspire to aspiring to her friendship and everything. And in this moment, she desperately wants Karen to be okay and these babies to be okay, and she's not getting it. And I'm like, that's a choice. That's a choice, because y'all was granting fairy wishes for the last 7-8 seasons when it comes to Fatima. And now all of a sudden her wish is that Karen is well off with these damn babies and that wish ain't coming true. Interesting. But okay. This Fatima took me back to when we first met Fatima, and we were just so excited, or at least I was very excited to see where she went. I was so proud of like how mature she approached the whole Karen, Zach love triangle-ness of it all at the very beginning. I love that she was able to dial in to, you know, what her lived experiences were, and she could put herself in Karen's position because she had a relationship that she had came out of before this last season of just doing whatever the hell she wanted, having her way. She knew that she was Karen, and I felt like we were back there, and that person is able to advocate for Karen. That person is able to take care of Karen. That person is able to prop Karen up in this moment of her most vulnerability and damn near like death. She got her, regardless of all the other bullshit. And I love to see it. I literally would love for them to keep Fatima in this place that she's thinking in the ways that she's thinking right now.
I agree. Even for them both. It was a comment I was going I think it was Jazz. My computer messed up, going slow, but I don't know if you was being, I don't know if she was being funny about how so now that, you know, she had went into labor at the Goofy complex. No, I still wish that Karen did not go into labor at the complex. To be perfectly honest, I still wish that Fatima was not the person who Karen had this experience with, because I don't trust the writers, and that has been my whole thing. I don't trust the writers because I always view them as, well, we're gonna do this to esteem or, you know, prompt up Fatima, but it's all about the choices in the writing. Even on today's episode, she didn't say, you know, what Karen, or she referred to Karen as my friend. I don't think I've ever heard Fatima refer to Karen as my friend. I was in complete shock. And I ain't gonna lie, I was shocked when she said that, because we all know, you know, the history amongst these two women. But I do wish that it could have been Erin. Honestly, that's who I would have wanted to be by her side when she went into labor. But because we are here, and because this is who the writers chose to have Karen go into labor with, I can respect the fact of how it shifted their dynamic in this moment. Because something needed to happen. You know, something needed to happen, because, now don't get me wrong, Fatima and Karen were in a great place. They were not friends, but they were cordial. They were respectful. They understood, like, this, they had that beautiful conversation. Like, I don't even mind my baby's calling you Mama Tima or Mama Fatima. Like, I'm cool with it. To me, that was huge for Karen. For Karen to say that to Fatima, that 100%. Was absolutely huge. So they were in a great place leading up to this moment. And kind of just going back what Erica said, because we have watched the characters of Zach and Fatima basically skate through, especially Fatima, in my opinion, skate through without having a storyline, skate through without having to do too much. And to see Fatima in this space where she is advocating not just for Andy, but we really see her advocating and pulling her out of that just dynamic with Andy and Zach. I don't even want to see her in that anymore. You know, like it was to me, it was team too much. So to see it being shifted towards Karen, and I'm just hoping that something beautiful comes out of this. But I don't.
Let's go there for a second, Allie. Like, y'all, since I'm gonna give y'all delusion at the end, I'm gonna give you delusion in the middle. In my perfect world, this will spark the best friendship between Karen and Fatima. This will be the thing that, like, washes all slates clean. This will be the thing that sets Karen up to be there for Fatima when she's going through her labor and delivery. This will be the thing that brings her and Fatima closer. And, you know, we're seeing the girls show up now, so it's like they're not there. But before this episode, I was like, if they don't make it to the hospital, good. Because maybe this is the thing that puts Karen in the position of, Fatima is my friend, and I know you hoes. But, like, let's see what this duo can do. When they're actually on one accord, when they're actually realizing their similarities, when they're actually, like, vibing and supporting one another. Because from the very beginning, I have said that I felt like Karen and Fatima would be wonderful friends. Just looking at the women that they were, so this is season 2, season 3, right? I'm like, if y'all could actually get the whole Zach in the middle out the way, y'all would actually be phenomenal friends to one another, and both of your lives would be enriched by being in each other's life. This episode 1 gave me like, oh, this is what this could be. But then in episode 2, all the sisters are here, and Danny's standing here talking about, I ain't leaving. So that is not going to happen. But I feel like there would be so much more story to tell if we put Karen and Fatima in a place of true friendship and sisterhood tied to this traumatic moment, then going back to some goofy ass way of them being at odds with one another, because Karen don't even want Zach no more. Did we not see the head-to-head contact that Aaron was giving this woman? I said, baby, if y'all don't give me these Karen and Aaron, ship stands name, y'all don't give me these Karen crumbs, I'm eating every last one of them and licking the plate. I said, absolutely.
Baby, when he said, I wish if I could take this pain away from you, I would. And she was like, what she said,
she said, I believe you mean that.
I believe you mean that. Yeah. Yeah. That was, yeah.
I was here for all of the Karen and Aaron moments. Like, Aaron, I don't think that they let him say enough because there wasn't nothing written on the damn page for him. But that man is locked in here. And he's locked in a way which we got Karen having a conversation with Sabrina and Andy about Save the Babies. I feel like Aaron is of the position of save Karen. And I think that that's a very valid part of the conversation that needs to be included. So why do we have him leaving the room?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I thought about that too. And then I thought about, well, maybe she asked for them because she believed that they would respect her wishes.
I get that. But like, even have him just fall back and not step out. Like, maybe the setup is more of like, because I don't even think she needed to tell Sabrina. I honestly felt like she was telling Andy more than just as her sister, as her attorney. This is what I want to have happen. So Andy is duty bound by her license.
Yeah.
To actually be truthful to this, right?
Yeah.
And to have Aaron even overhear it and then it become a thing. I feel like that's what I'm saying. I totally understand why she asked for them. 100%.
Yeah, missed opportunity because, like you said, if Aaron would have been in the room, there was no way he was just gonna be idle and silent when Karen made that statement. So like you said, baby, he really didn't talk too much this episode. Y'all could have gave that man something. Yeah. Y'all let Zach have a breakdown, which I think Deval executed that beautifully. Where was Aaron's? I needed to see more from him, but baby, Deval was locked and loaded in. Do you hear me?
I said, "Oh, Deval, you want us to know that you act? Okay,
you act.
Okay." And I love that all of it wasn't loud. He had so many levels in the like that wave of information hitting him when Fatima reveals what's going on. Absolutely, Deval. Absolutely. You ate that up. Yeah. Ate it right on up. Yeah. Now, I don't know if this is something that we ain't never seen before, but you did well. You remember he had said that on that podcast. I should just let it go. He did well.
He did well. He did well. I think that when it comes to Karen, because it was one thing when he found out about the baby, and that was him trying to process that, and then when Fatima mentioned that if they don't act immediately, then Karen could. That was a thing that like sent him over the possibility. And I really wish that a lot of people who view this show, which is wishful thinking, is not going to happen, would actually be mature about some things, because you can be in love with someone and have moved on with your life. But then you do have those people in your life who you will always genuinely love. No romantic interest, desired, but that you will love. And when you see people who have been wishing that Karen loses Zach's baby, and so I just want him and Fatima to be happy with no longer attached to Karen.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said this before, and I was gonna make a video about it, and I still might, and I'm gonna say some of the same things. Let's just say the writers decide to go this route, and possibly the baby that she had with Zach is the child that died. The sacred bond that is created between two individuals who lose a baby, I don't think the fandom or audience is thinking about that
Mm-hmm.
aspect of it, because that would be something that Zach is not going to lean on Fatima for comfort. It's going to be a Karen thing, because him and Karen share something that he doesn't share with Fatima. Karen shares something with him that she doesn't share with Aaron. And not that it's a romantic thing, but it creates something, because that is a loss. And if you've never experienced that, that is a different kind of loss. And when you actually have love for the person,
Yep.
it creates something totally, totally different. And I just tell people, be careful what you ask for
Yeah.
when it comes to that situation, But I'm gonna share in your delusion when we get to that part, um, about the baby. I'll say my little, 1 2 1 2 on that as well. But but yeah, I just act it down. And then you have the moment where now we got Danny. Well, I'm not leaving. What? You not leaving? Why? And like you stated,
Why?
there is no doubt. I think that Danny cares about Karen, but
Mm-hmm.
I need to start seeing that, right? If you're gonna have Danny act like this on this episode, that means that for the duration of Sisters, I need her to act as if she gives a damn about
Yep.
Karen in
Yep.
her speech and in her actions.
Yep.
Period. Because you're not finna be here. I'm not leaving. Squeeze my hand, Karen, as hard as you need to squeeze. I'm not going nowhere. Because I was so taken aback.
Mm-hmm.
I was so taken aback by that move. But y'all made this Courtney, you made this decision. So every writer after
Stand on
you
it. Stand on it.
better stand on it.
Monica says his wife actually had a miscarriage in real life. Yes. And when I
Yeah.
say when I say somebody is showing us that they can act or somebody can act, being an actor myself, being a person who like studies and like takes classes, and I'm clarifying this because I get that this might not be something that's known. Great acting is not great performances per se. Great acting to me is taking imaginary circumstances and cultivating real emotions and then allowing yourself to be moved in that moment that was created both by the false pretenses of the moment and the genuine emotion that you can cultivate to be able to breathe life into whatever this character is. Some of my greatest acting moments have been fully dropped in, honestly, dropped into some of the most painful shit that I have ever experienced. Um, so to know that that has been Kadeen's history, um, is one thing, but not everybody can actually compartmentalize in a way that actors can to be able to access those feelings tied to that thing from the past safely and consistently. So when I say great acting for Deval, understanding that he does have this history, that doesn't take away or make it any easier for him to do what he did on screen. That was phenomenal. And it's not easy
Right.
to do. Definitely not easy to control. But that also goes to plenty of the other performances. Like, I don't know what Ebony was pulling from to deliver the mom. Not only the mom who is in active labor of her first babies, but in active labor and knows that something is wrong. I could only imagine what she's thinking about to pull forth all that she showed in reference to displaying that pain, that despair, that hopelessness, that desire to do something but you can't even move, and then also the physical excruciating pain. I could only imagine the things that she pulled from in her mind so that we would see Karen in the way that we needed to see her on screen.
Yeah. I was when she was the entire episode. I was wondering because I have when I see people go to that depth, I always wonder like what what got them there. And I was wondering if she was thinking about her mom
I
because I
thought
know
so
that
too.
Ebony is the only child,
I thought so too.
and to be an only child and to have lost your mom, I wonder like she got it because what she showed just when she got the news that the baby there was no heartbeat for the second baby, and Jim she was like no she went through that. I was like I didn't like you said, I didn't drop a tear. I got very misty eyed. I will say that. I got very misty eyed. And I'm like, this woman is fun. I was like, Lord, give her all the things.
The craftsmanship
Give
is
Ebony all the
insane.
things.
Ebony is insane. There's not one role that I doubt she would ever be able to eat up. Like there's not one role that would ever like I'm sure they are challenging in their own right just thinking about craft.
Mm-hmm.
But like not challenging the same way that everybody else see challenge. Like she was made to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so good.
She was. She was. But, yeah.
Sabrina's gonna wind up being a witness in the malpractice lawsuit because she overheard the doctors. Thank God. Thank God Sabrina was where she ain't had no business being, just rummaging around the hospital.
Yes. Right place, right time, boo.
Literally.
Yes.
And shout out to Dr. Vaughn.
Shout out to Dr. Vaughn. Now, writers, don't piss me off. We do not want Dr. Vaughn for Danny, okay? Keep him far away from Danny. Please.
Okay, so.
He's supposed to be somebody's love interest. Just don't know who.
I get that they want him to look younger because he needed to be a resident, but I need y'all to give him his goddamn facial hair back because on Harlem, that man could get it every day of the week.
That is him.
Yes, girl, that is him from Harlem. That had Ian shaking in his boots.
That is him.
Hell, even on Gilded Age. Hello. But
I never seen
But
that.
In this episode, I'm just like, okay, Dr. Ron.
I didn't even realize that, but yes, Lord, get that man's facial hair back. But yeah. He's a great actor. He is a great actor.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I just and even the thing like we were talking about just the outward level of racism when the doctor was like, you're just a resident. Do you know my position in this hospital? It doesn't matter. This man just told you that he wasn't able to detect a heartbeat for the second child, which means the baby is going to be stillborn, and you literally didn't say nothing about that. You just told him he overstepped. She's my patient. She's my responsibility. Is she? Because you ain't acting like it.
At all. But don't worry about it. We're going to go ahead and take your license because that's going to be my doctorate when she done with you. When Andy's done with your ass, Karen's going to own your little ass. How about that? Now he looks good with or without it. Not to me, y'all. Not in this episode. I couldn't do it. This episode, I couldn't do it, Allie. I was just like, what's going on here?
He looked to me, baby. He looked good with the hair, without the hair. That's a fine specimen of a man. Now,
I mean, he's tall.
Yeah. He is tall. He got that.
Let me see.
He's tall.
Let me see. I think it's the baby face. Oh, he had a little after shadow. Why am I thinking that he was completely like all his hair was missing? Why was I thinking that?
I don't know. Maybe because how we're used to seeing him.
Why is his hair gelled down like that? I don't like that either. I don't know,
but I liked it. I liked it too.
Allie, so you think he looks just as good here as he does in Harlem? For real.
I loved everything about Dr. Vaughn. Now,
Dr. Vaughn as a character is great. I'm just talking about his sex appeal.
No, because I don't think he's not giving sexy.
Right, but in Harlem, this nigga gave
Yeah.
sexy academic. Like,
But I think that was on purpose. I think that was on purpose. But here, I guess he's supposed to be giving the young
yes,
doctor who,
yeah.
he was giving that. I think once we see him out of those doctor clothes, he's gonna be giving sexy.
They gonna have to do something because they got raggedy ass rich, trifling ass Tony running around. Lame ass Jordan. I need them to give him something to work with.
I gotta ask you this question. And chat, y'all can thank me later. We didn't discuss episode 1.
It's the haircut. It's
what
the haircut.
did you do? What did you do and what did you say or scream to the television when Rich told Sabrina that he barely put the tip in?
Allie. You know I hate that man. That man is my arch nemesis. It is set in stone now. I must annihilate Rich. That is now part of my mission statement in life.
Baby.
Only put the tip in?
I said, baby, first of all, you're lying. And I said they should have been playing Genuine's Tony because Penelope was riding the hell out of you, sir. What tip? You must got one hell long of a tip because baby, she was.
And what does that have to do with anything? Who gives a, you shouldn't have been putting nothing in nothing. I just had to get over you. I just had to distract myself. You broke up with me. Wah. Sabrina is the perfect person to experience this because Erica is throwing hands. I have thrown hands for less.
Oh my.
Take it how you may.
Baby, let me tell you something. That thing there had me. Rich is such an asshole. Number one for even saying that, and then he gonna tell her, "Well, I'm actually kind of glad. I'm glad that you came in because you stopped it. Go to hell. Go to hell, Rich. Go to hell. What? You're glad I came in because you weren't gonna stop." I said, baby, what is Erica thinking? What did she say?
I was thinking his ass needs to be annihilated. He gaslit her the entire time. He wasn't even listening to hear her out, to hear her pain, to try to atone for it. He's only listening so that he can try to build some response and spit out some goofy shit to coerce her back into a relationship. You don't love this woman. You don't even love yourself with your bald-headed ass. You need your ass beat, if you ask me. That's what I was thinking. You talking about I walked in to stop the sex? How about I stop your life, bitch? That's what I was thinking. What are we talking about? Talking all this bullshit in my face. Sabrina, if you gonna stand here, you got to get a little bit more rowdy because I would either not be there or I'll be whooping ass. Because right behind a little bald-headed ass sexual assassin is his goofy-headed, pin-headed. All this bitch is so trifling. Hoe-ass Penelope. 1 minute, don't treat me like I'm nothing. He's saying, oh, she meant nothing. Next thing, oh, it was just sex. Which one is it, Trollop? Your desperate need to be desired and to be wanted by these trifling ass men is whack as hell. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the problem with male identified bitches who govern their lives by penis and male validation. You bitches need to be destroyed. You should be annihilated at all costs. You hoes are dangerous, not only to yourselves, but to the greater women around you. And every last one of you need your ass whooped every time you step outside your house. Penelope, you are lucky, bitch. You are lucky as hell.
Oh. Oh God.
Oh. I don't want to hear shit from Penelope. Penelope can't tell me shit. I don't give a fuck what happens to Penelope moving forward. I don't feel sorry about that damn baby you lost. Take that how y'all want to take it. The way that Penelope moves, I would love for you to fall down and never get the hell back up tomorrow, bitch. Tomorrow. Because why are you standing in this girl's face with this man that she has been in a committed relationship with for 4 to 6 months, talking this noise? Meanwhile, you've been hopping from penis to penis, lip to lip, desperately looking for one of them to kind of like your ass. You fell for Gary Borders, for God's sakes. Was carrying his demon spawn, you stupid hoe. What do you mean? That's what I was thinking. Y'all was wondering what I was thinking. That
I told y'all. I said, chat, you're welcome. I knew. I knew. I knew it was coming. I knew. I said, we got, if we gonna talk about anything happened in episode one, I wanted to touch on that because I know. I said, Erica, when I was watching, I said, I know she went off on this part right here.
And Sabrina makes me mad too. And I've had friends like Sabrina before. And I'm always the one, get behind me. I will whoop your boyfriend's ass without a problem. What are we talking about? This man is standing in your face talking that noise and you're just, why would you do this to me? Why her? Click, boom, bitch. Like this, this is why I don't ever need to get a firearm. Because the rationality evaporates up out of my mind after a certain point. And Rich reached that point and Penelope had already come into the conversation when that point was already over. They talking to you like you stupid. That ain't never love you. You sit in the damn car in this episode. I'm tired of giving myself to people who don't appreciate it and picking the wrong man. Are you tired, bitch? Are you tired? This is what it took for you to be tired?
Sabrina lied. When Sabrina said, this is what I needed to move on. That's what you needed to move on. You needed to see another chick riding your old penis to move, girl.
I am weary. We are not 20-somethings anymore running around a college campus after dick. Stop it. Stop. Keisha says, Erica, you do give me that type of friend. That's also why y'all, in my 30s, I will leave a friendship. You have maybe max 3 times to stay into something that helps pull me out of my character coming to your damn defense while also involving me, because I also am the friend who has learned if you don't share it with me, cool, that's your prerogative. But once you bring it to my door, hear me clearly, once you bring it to my door, you make me aware of it, the Gemini that communicates is going to communicate, and she typically going to try to communicate a goddamn solution. And if it's not going to be a damn solution, it's definitely going to be a response, at least so one of us can actually feel better. And I like to meet disrespect with disrespect where I feel like it's warranted. So if you are constantly putting me in circumstances within your life where I got to come and meet disrespect with disrespect, and you got to pull me to the extremes of my goddamn character, because there's no other way, and I'm not fixing it. I'm not fixing it. You get 3 times, and then your ass gotta go. Your other option is to know that Erica's not the friend to tell about this. You want to do some dumbass behind some penis? Do it without telling Erica. Because the moment you call her crying, the moment you call her bloody and bruised, the moment that you call her set out, that nigga's gonna pay. And I don't feel bad about it. And Penelope needs to get her ass beat for fun. Absolutely. We thought that Jasmine was crazy. No, Penelope's crazy.
Yeah, she does.
I mean, 2 things can be true.
They can't.
Anything else from episode 1? Because that did get me high. I don't like either one of them.
No, I ain't gonna hold. Episode 1, I was not impressed. I'm never impressed. Episode 1 was just not. It wasn't it for me.
The best of it was Fatima and Karen. That was the best moments of the episode.
Absolutely.
Was Fatima and Karen.
Absolutely.
Zach. Oh, somebody mentioned. I think it was Janelle earlier. Said that they wanted us to talk about Zach walking in on Andy naked.
Oh, that was such a horrible. This is what I believe, because I didn't want to believe initially that scene was just existing to exist, because it came off as if it was extremely pointless. Mm-hmm. But I believe somehow this is going to come back and bite them in the ass, because I'm like, it has to be a reason that scene exists, because it made no sense. Even the fact that Zach was yelling, Andy, I think I'm about to get ready to go. You're literally literally 4 feet from her, literally, and she didn't hear you. It was something. And even if they were gonna do something like that, I believe that the setup could have been better.
Yeah.
I believe it could have been better. That's how I feel.
Yeah, Andy could be doing something out like, and this is just, I think this is my writer brain, which I'm trying to turn off, y'all. When I watch this, I'm really trying to turn off my writer brain because I feel like that's what be throwing me off the most, and just kind of like be in the audience. But like to your point of like they could have did a better setup. It's like, where are we going from here? I thought, and it's also because I was halfway paying attention because I got annoyed with them having so many moments where he just stayed at the penthouse anyway. For them to talk as friends didn't make sense to me. But I'm like, is Andy here masturbating? Like, are we about to go down a road of like her sexual dependence and like that's what she uses to like get out her anguish and like frustration or what? That would make sense to me. Like that would track based off of what Andy we have seen versus now. And that creates a whole other thing. So then if they go into it, and then they're not doing this, y'all, so like just walk with me here, right? If that was the case, then that becomes a setup for that story arc for her throughout the rest of the season. So when Fatima walks in on Andy masturbating at the damn law firm and she go home and tell Zach, he gonna say, oh, she does that all the time because I remember such and such. That to me is the type of stuff that would make that scene make sense later on. That feels like the type of Easter eggs I can get with. If this is going to be this type of scene that feels so out of place, then let it be leading to something. But I know that y'all not about to go there with it.
Right.
And again, that's my writer's brain, like, y'all. So I know at that moment I'm over analyzing it. I know that.
I don't believe you're over analyzing it. To me, it gives the scene purpose. Because let's just say down the line it comes out that Zach tells Fatima that he saw Andy naked. Is she going to be upset? Is she going to be angry? Is it going to cause mistrust in their relationship? It's not enough stake in that to me for there to be something. Or if using the example that you gave, that, she was masturbating. That's what she does to get off. She does it, and Fatima catches her, and then she, comes home and tells Zach, and then it's like, oh, well, she did that when? Why didn't you tell me? So now it becomes, well, I didn't tell you because Andy told me not to.
Yeah. Yep.
So you gonna listen to Andy? Like, it creates an issue in the relationship. Like, you let somebody else, talk, have you keep something from me? Like we said, we were never, whatever they decide to do. But it's like the writers don't. Again, they make a decision, and then they do not do the things necessary to make that decision valid.
Yeah.
Something to happen, and then they'll act like it never happened. But I'm like, there has to be a reason that Zach walked in on Andy, saw her naked. It has to make sense. Otherwise, I'm gonna come back and talk about y'all, whoever wrote that episode. Because for what?
For what? Anything else y'all want us to talk about from episode 1? This is a combination live. We talked about episode 1 and 2, even though episode 2 gave everything that needed to be gave. I would go as far as to say, aside from them arriving at the hospital from episode 1, this episode should have been a premiere. Episode 2 should have been a premiere.
It should have. It definitely should have. Because I feel like episode 1 was just, every scene was pointless except the hospital. And speaking of another pointless scene, Danny and Tony in this Alaska. Baby, well, what the hell are you holding on for?
Just let us know what you decide, because we don't need to see the process of you deciding.
No.
We don't care.
We don't care. we don't care, baby.
Not one damn bit. We do not care. You just saw it as comedic moment, like when they wanted it to be funny. I don't think they would go there. And that's part of the problem. They be just throwing in comedic moments where you got to take into consideration the flow of the episodes. You got to take into consideration the themes of the episode. You got random ass comedic moments in a season premiere where we're launching into what could be the miscarriage of 2 babies and the loss of a maternal life. I guess can't he walk in on her naked some other time in a lighter episode? But I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, boo. Y'all drop in the chat if there's something else you want us to discuss from episode 1. Going back to, I don't even know where we at with time. Let me see. I had it covered up. Oh, okay. Um, Going back to episode 2. While y'all drop y'all's episode 1 themes that you want us to speak to, because we weren't live last time. Um, we got the preview right with Zach and Aaron and praying. Where do you think Zach goes from here, seeing what we saw in episode 2?
That is an interesting question because I don't know. I don't believe that Zach, whatever may happen, I don't believe that he has the emotional stock to deal with it, especially because we're still dealing with a Zach who just buried his mom.
Yeah.
That is something that is fresh, even though it happened on Zatima. It's something that is not. It didn't happen far off. It's something that is,
Right.
present. So
Keep going, Ellie. I'll
he's
be right
dealing
back.
with that. Okay, he's dealing with that. He's also dealing with his brother and his addiction and putting him into these rehab centers, and his brother ends up, leaving or what have you. And I just believe that Zach is probably gonna spiral. And then we already know this based on the interview that Deval had. He stated about how we were gonna see Zach in this season of Sistas mourning something that he really never had. So I think that this might actually be Deval's best season as far as what he's able to provide and deliver emotionally. I just believe it's going to be a ride. Whatever happens, whether his child survives, it's going to be a ride. Whether it's Aaron's child that didn't make it, it's still going to be a ride because I believe that Zach got used to it's going to be 2 girls and I'm going to help facilitate in raising these 2 little girls. And I just think it's gonna be something that really hits him hard.
Yeah.
That's where I see the Zach character, but also I'm hoping that we do get a more mature Zach, even when it comes to his relationship or dynamic with Aaron.
Yes.
Because again, Courtney, you wrote this episode, so there's a lot of things that you set up. You wrote this episode to where these characters can have something to bounce off on, that maybe Aaron could be that person that he confides in or build something with because they are experiencing this together. And I would love to see that. But again, the show also depends too heavily on Zach having this issue with Aaron or them being at odds. But prayerfully, we have closed the chapter on that dynamic and we're able to see Zach
Yeah.
go into this new, this newfound version of himself.
I mean, the watching Fatima be such a strong and vigilant advocate for Karen kind of lends itself to like Zach getting his ass on board as well. He said thank you for looking out for Karen in a way that you have to Fatima. Like they went out their way to include that moment, and I think that should definitely be an example. We kind of like are teased with that idea with the preview for next week when he says to Aaron, "Let's pray." Like him even being the one to say that to me speaks volumes. I should hope that that's the direction that they're going into. Cause it's time. Like I would love to see a Zach that actually grows the hell up. Y'all are dealing with real life stuff. You could potentially have lost one of your babies. If that ain't real, I don't know what the hell is. Enough is enough. Or get off the
Yeah.
pot. But speaking to that, y'all can keep dropping whatever y'all want us to discuss that we haven't discussed already. Whether it's episode 1 or episode 2, let us know in the chat. We can share our thoughts. Let's go ahead to the Lululand because I don't think that the baby dead. And yes, most of that is fueled by I don't want the damn baby to be dead. Most of that is fueled by Karen deserves better. Writers. You said that you agree. I'm sorry. In what way do you agree, friend?
Well, we know that sometimes these writers could definitely piss me the hell off. But I also believe that there are certain nuggets that these characters, excuse me, that these writers write, and we just have to catch it.
Mm.
There was a mention that Karen's monitor was one that was malfunctioning. It does not work properly.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the one that was used when Dr. Vaughn came in to check the heartbeat.
I
And
thought
it
that
was
that was an
only
ultrasound
one.
though. The ultrasound
It
versus
was
the
an
baby,
ultra.
the fetal
Yeah.
monitor and the ultrasound.
But wasn't the heartbeat on the baby monitor? That's the one that wasn't working.
She said that
Well,
she
it
couldn't
was
see
a
the heartbeats
reference.
at all on her on the monitor.
Oh, at all.
Let me go back. Let me see. Let me see, Chad. That was like the halfway point, right?
I think so.
Hold on, y'all. The body composition is built for a birth line goes crazy. Here it is. Here it is, right here. I found it.
Why can't I hear my babies on the monitor?
We're supposed to bring a new one in here because this one's malfunctioning.
She says, why can't I hear my babies on the monitor?"
On the monitor.
We're supposed to bring.
So I assumed that was both.
Hmm. And then when he brought in
The ultrasound.
the machine, the ultrasound, that's when he mentioned about
Only
only finding
seeing
the
one
heartbeats of my
heartbeat.
child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But either way, like you said too, I also don't want Karen to experience that. But it's a possibility that she might. Um, it's just
Well, to original point, right? You saying if the baby monitor was malfunctioning, what if a bunch of these pieces of equipment
mhm,
are malfunctioning? What if there was a surge to the hospital? Remember the lights were blinking before, and like, what if it's a bunch of
mhm.
things that are actually malfunctioning? That could be.
Excuse me. It could be, and I just feel like, and I ain't gonna lie to you, and this is just my own selfishness. This girl been pregnant since season 3,
Yeah,
and I like literally, she's been pregnant since season 3. Y'all have brought us all the way to season 9 for her to lose one of her babies.
that's
I would be
wild
pissed off
work.
just for that.
That
Like
is
that is extreme.
wild
Yes,
work.
yes, like that would really piss me off. Like, and then it also made me feel like it makes me feel as if they didn't have anything better to do. If you actually wrote this in the storyline for this girl to have twins or two babies by two different men, and then for this to happen, I just feel as if there could have been a difference of a different narrative
Mm-hmm.
to bring everybody together, and not this way for one of the babies, to possibly pass. So
Yeah. Hearing that news, like that hit me as if Karen was real. I was just like, my God. And it doesn't help that Ebony's performances are just so incredible. Like you said that you felt like you were in the room. I'm like,
yeah,
she
I
my
feel like I was
cousin. She
alone with her.
just found out she lost one of her babies, but she's got to keep it together to birth the other one. And then the
Yeah, like
doctor's
right
still
for Fave.
racist.
Yeah, I'm like, right for Phase, get us some. I'm like, Ebony, man, oh my,
Child.
I, I, perfection.
TP, they didn't actually research. So I'm leaning on that. I'm leaning on, yes, you ain't hear the baby heartbeat. Maybe, there's a murmur. I don't give what the reason. That baby needs to be alive when they start yanking them joints up out of her. I tell you that. That he needs to be alive. Be in the NICU all the time that your ass needs. But she needs to be alive. Thank you. We are not giving those the team of stalkers that.
Baby, because who?
I haven't even been on Twitter, but I can only imagine what people are saying. And it's so disgusting. I wonder if Karen will suffer the postpartum depression. Oh, the postpartum depression is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's going to be next level if the baby's actually gone.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm just like, and I know I said in my review, like, I said, I didn't want her to be in the hospital after the third episode because it's a lot. This takes a lot out of people.
Mm-hmm.
And we know we're going to be back in the hospital again for episode 3. And, even though Ebony does have the ability to carry such a heavy weight on this show, it almost feels, I don't know if I want to use the word unfair or unjust, but this is the reason why I say some of the things that I say. And I know some people don't like it, but I don't give a damn. The reason that I say some of the things that I say, and I will always give Ebony her props, is because I personally feel as if she is the one who is keeping afloat a sinking ship with the responsibility and the heaviness that she has on the show. Yeah. Because when you look at everybody else, in my personal opinion, and some people may disagree, and that's fine, but when you look at every other character, nobody is pulling their weight like that. Mm-hmm. Nobody is giving it like that. Not like this woman. No, they're not giving it. Mm-mm.
I thought they was going to go there with Danny last season or the season before last, but then they pulled up. Like, Danny had the potential to go to some really deep depths with the whole therapy arc and the past trauma and all of that. And Mignon can carry that, but no character is being forced to pull out of them what Karen is consistently asked to pull out of her. Or Ebony is consistently asked to pull out of her. I would agree with you with that, Allie, actually. And that part of it does feel a bit unfair. It would be a different story if the people weren't capable of it. But I know KJ got that in her. I know
absolutely.
Got that in her.
KJ definitely got it, yeah.
Yeah. I know Novi got it in her, honestly.
Yeah.
DNC Greater says heavy on the fact that both babies better still be alive, period. The part that they wanted us to talk about from the previous episode, Allie, was Robin. Is he still stuck at the airport?
Girl, I don't forgot about Robin.
Child.
Forgot about the
Me too until they brought it up. I don't think he left yet. Yeah, all the planes are down or canceled or whatever. It's interesting because Andy was checking phone calls and she didn't. Well, I guess he wouldn't have called her, but he left a voicemail. She listened to Fatima's voicemail, but not Robin's. I don't know what they're doing with Robin. I feel like to the writing conversation that we've been having, there's so many things just kind of being done and just left, and Robin could be one of them.
Left the man at the airport for how many episodes? Like, literally, y'all just left this man at the airport. We going on episode 3. We ain't even seen a clip of him.
Yeah.
He's just there, you know. Just like we ain't seen Michael. Y'all only want him to exist when y'all need him to exist.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, I thought Robin did leave a voicemail, didn't he?
I believe, like, when we last saw him, I believe he was leaving
in the finale of last season. He left a voicemail, and he was like, "I see that you didn't come. That tells me everything I need to know. Have a blessed life, whatever." And then that's when the lights went out at the airport. To me, it's just that's definitely a writing thing, because all last episode you gave her all this time to get naked in front of Zach and to sit and talk with Zach. And then she checks her voicemails and don't actually check that. Before she got abducted, she was trying to run and go save her love. She ain't thought about that once. She thinking about getting a gun, but she ain't thought about Robin once. And she just sitting here leisurely talking to Zach on this damn couch. Child, please.
And when did Zach and Andy become friends?
Your guess is good as mine, honey.
Because last I heard, why you hang with them hoes? The sister circle, all they do is gossip. you my friend now. Oh, okay. It's the way these
Exactly.
writers just make stuff up that be pissing me off. That's the like how y'all just make up a friendship with Zach and Andy when he basically pissed on them every chance he gets to Fatima. But that's his bestie now. Give me a break. Like that be the stuff I be talking about. And that's why y'all, even when you listen to my reviews, I'm trying so hard not to come for this show. Like I'm trying. But it'd be like
Ah.
little stuff like that that's like,
Yeah.
really?
Yep.
Come on now.
Prepare yourself. This episode is heavy. This episode is a lot. Prepare yourself.
It is. It's very heavy, boo. Very
Um,
heavy.
Raja, you have told us in the past how to pronounce your name, and I have forgotten. It's been so long. I'm so sorry. But we haven't seen Jordan either, and that's good riddance. We have to deal with his crazy ass sister. He gets no more screen time until they take the damn sister away. Y'all start rationing out these damn Jordan and Penelope sibling minutes, or I will revolt. We don't need Jordan. Jordan don't have nothing to
And
do.
y'all know what we ain't seen Jordan? We ain't seen Jordan because Jordan still passed out in the car.
While her sister
Jordan
popping
still
her
passed
pussy.
out in that car. Why? Gonna say why his sister was riding the long tip, since that's all that was in him. But yeah, and he had this whole argument. Jordan didn't get out the car, but Jordan is passed the hell out. All this stuff happening around him, he has no earthly idea. None. I said, Penelope, you don't even care about your brother. He could be throwing up, choking up his own vomit. You and him riding Tony Tip. You don't care
riding
about
the tip
Jordan.
and then going hard for it in front of his ex-girlfriend, as if you doing something. That level of damn delusion and male identifiedness needs to be studied in a lab. Need a goddamn vaccine. Ooh. I think I might dislike Penelope more than I dislike Rich. And see, you made me hate a woman more than I hate a man. See, that's why Penelope. Ugh. Anyway, he did leave a message. Remember, she stopped the message when. Yeah, she was listening to the message when she got abducted. Rajia. Okay, thank you so much, boo.
Mm-hmm.
I need to actually make a note of that. Let me screenshot it and put it in my little notes. I'm doing better at keeping track of Oop. There we go. Oh, did I catch it? No. The chat moved. Oh, Lord. What happened? Anything else you want to talk about from this episode, Allie?
No.
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to know. It was the ending scene was, I was not expecting that. I could say that. Didn't know that was gonna happen.
What was the ending scene? Oh,
Karen.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Karen.
All I know is she better not be dead. So that I think I even blocked that out because I'm not playing. I am not playing. I'll be on a plane tomorrow.
The only thing that saved them is because I read the synopsis after this episode, and she's definitely making it, and yeah. But I'm like, I said this in my last review of Sistas. Karen has had a woman unalive herself in front of her. Had that brother broke into her house and was attempting to take her out, she had to put by 5 bullets in his behind. Then she's unconscious in a burning salon. Now you got her pregnant by 2 different men. Child. Now you got this woman in this situation on death's bed as she's trying to bring forth life. Then you had this woman flatline. When I tell you, Karen bet not go through nothing else on this show. And this is what I said. I said, y'all ever heard of the game Duck, Duck, Goose? Pick another goose. Have somebody else to do it. Pick somebody else. Anyone else. And I'm not saying, and let me just say, I'm not saying that I want any other character to go through traumatic experiences. But I'm gonna need y'all to live. I'm gonna need y'all to get off Karen because this is ridiculous.
She's no longer Tyler's strongest soldier. We're taking her off the list. Tyler, she's no longer your strongest soldier. She's coming up off of that list find another character.
Get somebody
to do
else.
it.
Please get somebody else. It's past time.
For a split second, I'm like, oh my God. But then I immediately, and this is the whole, I guess, not even just writer brain, but industry brain. This, honestly, if Ebony had chose to like walk away from the show, this would have been the perfect way for her character to exit. But
yeah,
seeing a flatline and then going back to what the poster looked like, and then just thinking about, I haven't really gave too much thought into the synopses. I think I recorded my episode 3 synopsis breakdown like 3 weeks ago or something, so I don't even remember what was said. But I was immediately brought out of it because I'm like, ain't no way they're killing her. It would have been a great story choice. It would have been a great way to exit if she was done with the show. I think that these girls, and this is what this put me in the mind of, this show is going to go on as long as they want it to. As long as they want to do this, we're going to get this show. Now, the moment that they want to start doing other things and this person want to exit and that person want to exit, that is when I think that Sistas is going to end. But everything around this tells me that this is not Karen's end. But again, if it was, it kind of would have been iconic. Story-wise, it would have wrecked me, but it story-wise. And honestly, it would probably be when I exit watching the show too, so. I'd have been like, okay, bet. And Sistas would have never heard from me ever again.
Because what we watching for?
But y'all want us to believe that she not the show. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Did we miss anything, y'all? Did we miss anything? Both of those babies better still come out alive. I'm not accepting this. Same DNC greatness. Oh, shoot, Tay, yes, you got to go watch because we definitely just spoiled the hell out of the last of the episode. Karen has been through a lot. Absolutely. I'm going back through these comments. Hey, Desiree, welcome in. Oh, she stopped checking after she received Fatima's voicemail. Can we get divorced, Sistas Cube? Y'all probably do want that because y'all like me to show my ass on the internet and mess up my digital footprint. That's why y'all want to divorce Sistas live. Because you know I have no damn decorum or coof when there's some goofy ass women doing goofy ass things. So y'all want me to get on live stream, lose every last bit of sense that I actually do have. And then it's on the internet for perpetuity. That's what you asking me, basically. You asking me to show my crazy. That's what you're asking for. I want you to be very clear what you're asking for, Tay. You are asking for Erica to unmask and show how diabolical she can get. How slick her mouth is. For real, for real. Because, Allie, I don't think I have cussed out a show more than what I cuss out Divorced Sistas while watching that.
I agree. I think maybe we can do something because we are doing it is the mid-season finale is tomorrow.
Yes.
So maybe we can do something special for divorce.
Y'all asses better come with grace and you better be ready to fight in these internet streets for me. Because if I get my ass on live and I say what I need to say and somebody hurts, I'm not responsible for it. I ain't. Need to Shy Live. I actually do need to do a Shy Live. I've been thinking about doing a full The Shy video because I haven't been doing the episode breakdowns, but I've been watching and I do have a lot of thoughts. Janelle says I can't stomach Divorced Sistas. Hey, y'all seen the extended trailer? No, I haven't. I haven't yet.
I haven't. Does anyone have the extended trailer?
You've been waiting on my review, Tay? I'm sorry, I'm behind. The rest of them will be up tonight because I'm caught up now. I was behind too. If y'all do have the trailer, send it to Ellie and I or both on Twitter or
Please.
Instagram, pretty please. Because no, I haven't seen the trailer at all. Beyond the Gates, baby, I have been eating good. Episodes 90, what, 3 and 4? Oh my gosh, I just dropped those breakdowns today, and I am obsessed. Ellie does a good job reviewing. She does Divorce Sistas. Ellie's Divorce Sistas reviews are really good. Mine are just completely unhinged. And I said that I think my first few videos, I said, please go to Ellie if you want some sense. Like, if you want.
You did. You did say that. You did. I was hollering. I was laughing so hard.
I don't have it. Them women, they done lost me. And get behind me, First Lady Rashida. Get behind me, Tiffany. I'll smack all of them.
Now, I tell you now, I feel like Erica with these Beyond the Gates thing, the way she feel about Divorce Sisters, I think if I do review Beyond the Gates, because I think I have a very different opinion, because baby Cat gets on my damn nerves.
Really? Okay, Ellie, I do want to do a divorce. I mean, I want to do a Beyond the Gates live on Friday. So if you're available, I would totally love for you to come in there. Because when I tell you Nicole and Kat can get behind me, they can get behind me.
Baby, give me a break. Give me a break. She needs to be broken off a piece of that damn Kit Kat box.
Really? Wow.
Let me say, I do not dislike Kat. I don't dislike her, but she gets on my damn nerves. She gets on my nerves.
Wow.
She does. She gets. But I like shows like that, like with shows where it's like I don't dislike any of the characters because they are playing their roles, but she does get on my nerves.
Do I dislike any of the characters? Yes, actually I do. I do dislike the characters. A couple characters on Beyond the Gates.
You do? And see, I don't. Well, and see, what's the chick, the fake pregnant girl? Haley. I can't think of her name right now. Haley. Yeah, she. If I had to choose,
you hate her?
No. I would just flick her little ass off the like this.
See,
but
can anybody who watched my Beyond the Gate reviews tell me who I actually hate?
The Wonder Bread twins. The Wonder Bread twins.
Not even the twins. It's just the left side of the bread. It's the left butt of the bread. Yeah. Ashley's ass. Yeah, Ashley, when I catch you, because he's more likable outside of her orbit. Him with Shanice, he's more likable.
That is true.
But the other side, because there is a twin duo that I can't stand. It's Vanessa. Vanessa and Ashley could never feel safe if I was in Fairmont Crest.
Who's Vanessa?
Doug's trifling ass trollopy wife.
Oh God. But see, I really don't dislike anybody on Beyond the Gates. I really don't dislike anybody because I think all of them playing their part. But this some of them get on my nerves.
It's them two for me. And Vanessa is playing her part for real. And she's kind of more needed than Ashley. So if I have to pick one, I would 100% pick Ashley. I feel like Ashley is just so unnecessary. I feel like Ashley is just the white woman placed in the center of the black world and given way too much attention and time that she has not actually earned to remind us that we aren't the main characters, even in a world that's supposed to be built for us. And it pisses me off with every episode.
That's a good point.
Vanessa is a hot pocket. Yeah, so I'm trying to do a Beyond the Gates live on Friday, y'all, because y'all have been asking for it. So I'm going to try to work that out. Figure out what's the best time to do it, because there's definitely some things that we need to talk about in real time. I can't believe that Ellie don't vibe with Kat, because Kat is my girl.
Kat just get on my nerves. She just, I don't know. I think it's her. Like, I appreciate the fact that she rides hard for her family. Like, I do love that about her. But she's also one of those people that how I feel about you, that's just who you are. And it may or may not be true. Like, I think the way that even the whole thing, what she was willing to do to her father to put the blame on Evil when it was you did this. Like, you did it. So it just let me know how far you would really go in certain situations. Like, but even before that, it's just this classism, this I'm better than you.
Yeah.
thing about her that I don't vibe with at all. Because even with Eva, like I understood she had some what's with this chick, but you always looked at her as if she was beneath you and that she was trash.
Mm-hmm.
Like she always gave that about herself, and that I did not like at all.
I
But
think we need
have
more
you found out any more about
context.
our case? Have you found out any more news about our case? Because obviously, girl, shut up. What do you do, Kat?
She's done a lot. Jacob would not have a damn thing when it come to that damn case without her.
And that's another thing that pissed me off about these writers. I'm supposed to believe someone who sit up and watch crime podcasts and know more than a cop. Get the hell out of here.
I don't think that she know more, but he's such a like integrous cop that she's willing to go to the levels that's going to take when dealing with those two. So I'm totally here for it, and I love how they engage with one another. They give me brother and sister.
I'm gonna need him to do better because he pissed me off. Why do you have a badge? Give it to Cat at this point.
No, why do you have a badge?
And him and his wife, no chemistry. They should have put him with
I
no
like
chemistry at all.
them.
It's like watching paint. It's like watching paint dry. I'm sorry.
I like them together. Now they need to stop putting him in beaters because his little bird chest ain't working for me. But I like them
They
together.
have no chemistry to me.
Really?
They have no chemistry to me. Not to me. I feel like I'm watching two homies that shouldn't have gotten together. Like that's how I view them. I don't. That's why I said I knew.
There
I
you
was
go,
like,
y'all.
Here
Here
goes
some Ellie.
Me to review it.
This
like,
the Ellie Beyond the Gates breakdown. Here you go. I didn't know this. I didn't know this how she felt about this. This is funny.
Yeah, like can't get on my. But she cool though. But it's like, but I do like her. Like I like everybody on the show. It's like sometimes they get on my nerves. But you know,
child, I didn't take it on the crusade and going to bat for Nicole. Nicole is behind me situated because the way the people. Let me go ahead and translate.
I'm always here.
Because y'all
always here for
love.
Nicole. I just. And it's sad. Like she was the one who was betrayed. She was the one who
at every turn.
Like what are we talking about? Family keeping things from her. This is my son, and I love the moment between. I know we got off topic, but I love the moment between Martin and Nicole. Because at the end of the day, that man needed his mama.
Hello.
I don't care how old you get. When you have that type of relationship with your mom, you need your mom. He needed his mom, and I think that for me, it was just Nicole wasn't afforded the opportunity to be there. For her son, to give him that motherly hug, that motherly advice, whatever it was that he needed that was missing. And I'm just like, y'all acting like, well, I did it to protect you. You don't do that. Don't give me that bull crap. Oh, what about Eva and Tomas? Here for it.
But see, that tracks, Ellie. That tracks, and that concerns me, friend. That concerns me because you got beef with Kat, but you don't have beef with Eva's old hoe ass. That is wild work. Because regardless, they're going to be sisters for the rest of their damn lives. Penises is going to come and go. And this is the choice that you make over this mediocre penis at best. God bless every last one of y'all that think that this man is just so fine because he ain't. And he talks slow.
Now I don't think that this is my thing with Kat, because my whole thing is, even though I know that she does like Tomas or whatever the case may be, to me as a better fit, I think he's a better fit for Eva. I think they have more in common. Yes. I believe he's always been more expressive and opened himself up to her more than he has Kat. I do appreciate the fact that he did not have sex with Kat.
Yes.
I do appreciate that. But when I say,
but he's one of them men, Ellie, that want to be chased. So even for Eva, girl, bump that chemistry. He wants to be the bad bitch in the relationship, and I immediately, vehemently know. It's immediately a no for me with them type of men.
But for me, I don't believe that Eva would have to chase him because I believe he wants her.
But he's still beneath her.
Whatever. Huh?
He's beneath her.
Well, hey,
they got the little book in common. Cool. But you are beneath her. You are the lowly ass associate running behind Bill Hamilton, taking assignments to spy on his goddamn family when that's supposed to be your romantic interest. Your integrity is off, and you ain't that damn fine. And again, you want to be the bad bitch. I can't get past it. Can't get past it.
But this is good though.
They do have better chemistry though.
We have vast different opinions about the show, which I think is really great.
He does have better chemistry with Eva. I agree with you 100%. He is a better fit for Eva. I have said from the beginning, I don't know what the hell Kat sees in this man. But then also when it comes down to Eva getting with him, she should know her worth. And you want to claim that you're not from the bottoms of the barrel and you is not on the outskirts of this damn family, you don't have to start moving like it because he's beneath every last one of you hoes.
And that might be true. But right now, that's what Eva, that's where her, desire is.
And so you can't fathom somebody not being able to, not giving up the cat. That means that you might need to reconsider who you get a cat to, baby. Because you ready to offer up the coochie on a silver platter over a book.
She is. Eva, baby, I ain't mad at you because a lot of us have gave it up more for less. You feel me? So, sis, not
with a lame ass. Allie, okay. On the Lord's Day today, you can literally get behind a young 20-something doing the stupid shit that we did. Just because we did it don't mean that she got to do it. I'm speaking from a place of not even to judge you specifically, Eva, because if you give it up, you give it up. You want to scratch the itch, fine, girl. But I'm seeing that this man is not worth your time and or energy, and I just want the best for the bitches. Like, I just want women to get it earlier, like not have to get it in your 30s, that you probably shouldn't have gave that cat to that man, and it was a better, probably more well-endowed one that was on your level that you should have gave it to. I was on a nigga who had the personality of a goddamn thumb. Head was amazing. But Erica, please.
Yes. I agree with that. In the sense of, yes, I will hope that people will come into certain knowings earlier in life. I do. However, with this show and the way that it's going, when it comes to Eva and Tomas at the moment, because I actually do want to learn more about his background, because it appears that him and Eva really connects when it comes to what he had to deal with his parents or father or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't have like that disdain for Tomas. Like, I'm here for whatever, it happens. And don't get me wrong, because I have definitely given it up to a lame or two in my lifetime. Okay. Definitely have done that. And you're right. I don't want people to experience that because I have experienced it. But if it's going to make for a great story and what comes out of that, I'm interested in seeing. Because I think about the soap operas.
Eva to do it for the plot?
Yeah. Look at it. You get the Restless with Victor and Nikki. I think she was a stripper when he met her. But you look at the story, they have been together over 40-something years on the show, and she's nothing like she was when she first premiered on The Young and the Restless. So that's why I'm like, if it's going to make for a great story, and then, it's a soap opera, so it's embellishments and everything like that. When Tay Talk she said Tomas ain't in the story. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, do I really want to review this show? Because I was very different of opinions on a lot of these characters. That, I mean, it would be great because I know I'll probably be having to, talk to people in the comment section, but
they'll be doing you how they do me on Divorced Sisters, because they be mad at me on Divorced Sisters,
baby. So you want Eva to have sex with the man that her sister like? I sure do. I sure multiple times, sis, but no.
We're gonna have to figure out something to the original point, the Divorced Sisters Live. I guess we were never planning to do Divorced Sisters Lives after each episode, because we can only do but so much, y'all. We up here by the skin of our chinny chin chin. But for the hiatus, we can do something that's dedicated to talk about these 8 episodes, and Ellie and I will figure out what that could be, because there is a lot to talk about. And for me, I've gone on a journey in these last 8 weeks or 7 weeks, in that I was 100% not here for the show, barely hanging on, and then episode 4 solidified it for me to even keep me watching. So there is that. So we got you. We got a Divorced Sisters Live. We just have to figure out when it's gonna be. I will be doing a Beyond the Gates Live this Friday. Keep it locked. Turn on your bell notification so you get a notification when I schedule that and you can actually see it. If you're just coming in, hit that rewind button and catch the replay, child, because we talked about not only episode 2 and how traumatic, emotional, beautifully performed it was, but also episode 1 and some of the standouts from that particular episode. Do you feel like we're in a good place in reference to season 9? The first 2 entries, how is your hope looking? and looking ahead?
I don't have any. I want to be very honest with the family. I want to be very honest with y'all. We got season 9, and they've already filmed season 10. I don't know if I can review Sistas after season. I don't know. I don't. Y'all better pray. I do not have it in me to review Sistas after season 10. I think that's all I got in me. I'm
And
being
then you
honest.
told me
I
about
think
the
that's all I
addition
got.
to season 10, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, and there's somebody coming to season 10. I had to tell Erica, baby, she went off, and I laughed. I'll tell y'all something, right? Me and Erica don't talk every day. Like we don't talk every day. We have our own individual lives. But in the moments that we have, and sometimes I'll keep telling her stuff because the same thing that y'all get on these lives is what I get when we talk this. And I told her about somebody that's gonna be in season 10, babe. It was
The
so
voice notes
funny.
go crazy. I'm quick
It
to send a
was
voice note. And then I
so
called you. Oh, wait, I called you.
on the phone. That when we was on the phone, that thing was so funny, y'all. I was like, oh girl. When I saw it, I said, I got to tell Erica this because babe, when I say Erica be having me rolling, oh Jesus, it'd be so funny.
I'm in distress.
It'd
I
be
don't like it.
so funny. But I don't have it in me. I don't. I think after season 10, because for what? What are we talking? What are we talking about? What story are we telling at this point? What else has to be said? In my opinion, I think season 10 will be a great bow. I want these women to go do other things. I want them to go do other stuff.
But Allie is so
Ebony,
shaky
baby,
right now. It's so shaky in the industry.
I know.
Baby, I'm
I
in
know.
LA. There is not a lot filming.
I know. And that's the thing, like
It's bad.
keep it together as long as all of them want to do it and it brings good story. I think that's why I enjoy Divorced Sisters so much more than I'm enjoying the OG Sisters because even though yes it is fresh and it is new content, I just believe that these women have more at stake. A wrong decision. Oh baby, you got a family, you got a church, you got millions of dollars. You can lose your family because you keep it secret. You don't want your secret to come out. Like it's more stakes there with OG. Now, Karen is going to be in a position to have more stakes because whether she has one baby or two, she's a mother now.
Yeah.
Certain things about her life is instantly going to change. So she has more of that. And if they could find a way to give these women more stakes, I think that would probably shift my hope for the show.
I think that is spot on, Allie. I love that you said that because that's true. That's what's missing, stakes.
Yeah, because we didn't really hit on it, but you think about Danny, what she told Tony, like, I'm not coming to visit you. I'm not going with you, and I'm not gonna visit you. Period. There is nothing keeping them together. They have nothing keeping them together. Yeah. Like, yeah, I got this money. It's my rainy day. Get on. If you're gonna go. You come to Atlanta, you can come chill with me, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And while you gone, I'm gonna be chilling with somebody else. And I got $75,000, so I'm probably not gonna show up for work for the next 4 months.
Thank you. But get on the plane.
Yeah.
Danny gonna have another dude in that house with Sabrina. I read one of the synopsis talking about Sabrina. I guess she about to go on the wild side. I said, what she been do? Steal a candy bar at the grocery store? What is the wild side for Sabrina? I don't even believe it. She
gonna start throwing that cat at everybody because one man mishandled the cat. She gonna start giving it to everybody. Lord have mercy.
I ain't got time for that. I don't want to see. And that's another thing too. Like, I don't want to see a woman in her 30s throwing, popping coochie because you let this no good brother go.
Right.
No.
If you want to pop coochie, cool. But popping coochie because of man? In our Lord 2025?
Yeah.
Sabrina, please.
Yeah. But it happens. And to me, the stakes would have been greater with that if I actually believed that her and Rich was
done
a cohesive unit.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking like, girl, he gone. I don't even have the dang. I understand because no, it wasn't portrayed that way to me. So
yeah.
no.
Yep. That's so valid.
But for those, I know we got 92 people still in here. So if y'all, watch Divorce Sisters, I review the show. Erica review the show. Come on over and take a listen. It'll be up. Mine will be up tomorrow. And
they're
whenever
good,
Erica
y'all.
gets hers, and like hers tomorrow too. And I'm here for it. I get on Geneva. She's normally the first person that I say approach the bench because I get in her ass first every review. Because she does something every episode. And this
Ooh.
episode here finna really piss me off. When I read the synopsis for this episode, oh baby, Anika going to the hospital. What we finna find out? I'm ready. Cause who ain't the daddy?
Hello.
I'm ready.
Hello. I'm actually hopeful for this season of Sistas, Ellie. Like with this episode, even though I don't feel like they weren't, I'm not too hopeful. Like I'm not like what I used to be. But with this episode, even with the poor execution and some of the terrible writing, like Ebony and Deval pulling out really great performances still gave me like, I don't feel, you know how we typically feel like, damn, I wish I kind of could get my hour back. I don't feel that. And I feel like I might get more episodes this season where I won't actually be like, damn, I want my hour back. And that's what I'm hopeful for, if that makes sense.
I will accept that, embrace that for me too. That because I didn't think about it that way. I didn't feel that way this episode.
Yeah,
I didn't feel that way. And if I could go and if I could have multiple moments, multiple Wednesdays that's how I feel, that would be great.
All right, y'all, we back after a short hiatus. We gave y'all tons of content even in the hiatus, so if you haven't already, get into the Our Sisters Keeper playlist where we literally did deep dives for characters, plot points, storylines, and the Sisters universe as a whole. We are very, very happy to be back. As Ellie said, her Divorce Sisters videos will be up tomorrow. Stay on the lookout for me still posting over the evening my Beyond the Gates catch-up videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks,
Good night,
y'all.
y'all.